Imagine your brain is like a vast, intricate city. Every thought you have travels along highways of neurons, following routes you have built since the day you were born. Psychedelics are like sudden thunderstorms or flashes of lightning that light up parts of the city you have never seen before. Roads begin to twist, colors begin to shift, and suddenly you are exploring alleyways and rooftops you did not know existed. Psychedelics do not show you new truths. They change your perspective of what is already there. They can make you feel like time is melting, like your thoughts are echoing, like you have become the sky or the roots of a tree. You might feel connected to everything or lost in the maze of your own mind. Some say it is like dreaming while awake. Others call it a window into your soul or a mirror with no filter. It is powerful, and power without understanding can be dangerous. Just like fire can warm your home or burn it down, psychedelics can open your minds or break them. They are not magic shortcuts to enlightenment. They are intense tools, and tools need wisdom to use. So the question isn't just what are psychedelics? It is, why would you want to open that door? And are you ready for what is behind it? Psychedelics are a class of psychoactive compounds that, when consumed by humans, temporarily alter our brain chemistry and affect our perception, mood, and cognitive processes in profound ways. Psychedelics like LSD, psilocybin, or DMT interact mostly with a brain chemical called serotonin. This is one of the chemicals that affect your mood, perception, and sense of reality. Your brain usually has a filter system that helps you ignore unimportant stuff, like the feeling of your socks or the hum of a refrigerator. Psychedelics turn down this filter, and suddenly, all the background information floods in, and your brain tries to make sense of all of it, often by mixing senses like seeing music or hearing colors, or bending time, space, and your sense of self. There is a part of your brain called the default mode network. This default mode network plays the function of your ego, your constant internal voice. Psychedelics quiet that voice. Without it, you may feel like you are dissolving, becoming everything and nothing all at the same time. It can feel amazing or terrifying. Psychedelics scramble your normal mental map and hand you a paintbrush instead. Indigenous cultures have used psychedelics for thousands of years for healing, spiritual visions, or connecting with nature and their ancestors. In the 1950s and 1960s, scientists started exploring psychedelics for mental health treatment. But then came the counterculture movement, political fear, and a massive crackdown. Research basically went underground. Now, in the 2020s, scientists are studying how these substances can help with depression, PTSD, anxiety, and even help people face death with peace. Psychedelics are not addictive like some drugs, but they come with tremendous risks, especially for people with mental health vulnerabilities like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or even extreme anxiety. You could have a bad trip, which is typically an intense fear, panic, or hallucinations that feel endless. You might do dangerous things if you are not in a safe environment, because the line between reality and imagination blurs. Some people walk away from a trip with long-lasting confusion, emotional turmoil, or unwanted changes in how they see the world. They can open deep emotional wounds, stuff you are not ready to face. Without the right support system, that can be more damaging than helpful. When used carefully and with intention, psychedelics can offer incredible insight. Some people say they see life in a new way, heal from trauma, feel connected to nature or humanity. The term psychedelic was coined in 1956 by the psychiatrist Humphrey Osmond to describe the effects of drugs like LSD and mescaline. Osmond specifically chose the Greek word psyche, which means the mind, and belun, meaning to show, and that translated this new term as mind manifesting. The older term for these kind of substances is hallucinogen, and it is still found in some scientific literature today. The newer term is entheogen, and it connotes spiritual intent or effect. There are hundreds of psychedelic compounds. Some are naturally occurring in plants and fungi, and even animals, and have been used in spiritual and medicinal practices for millennia. Others are created in the laboratory. The late chemist Alexander Shogin created nearly 200 new psychedelic compounds all by himself. We classify psychedelics into two categories: classic and non-classic, depending on the ways they affect our brain. In the next video, we shall delve into some of these major compounds and how they work. It is important to note, however, that the compounds we shall be discussing have been the subject of significant research in recent decades. Classic psychedelics work on the serotonin 2A receptors in the brain and the central nervous system. The literature from several studies suggests that they also decrease blood flow to certain brain regions, including the default mode network, which we saw earlier on. These are a group of brain regions associated with higher order metacognition, a construction of the ego, and conception of self. While they are active in the body, classic psychedelics can bring about visual and auditory distortions, hypersensitivity to touch, light, and sound, an altered or slowed perception of time, synesthesia, and in rare cases, hallucinations. Classic psychedelics are also associated with mystical type or spiritual experiences, often marked by a sense of oneness or unity. These substances can also prompt uncomfortable and even terrifying experiences, including powerful negative emotions, confusion, paranoia, delusions, and dissociation. Thanks for watching.